Hey everybody, it's Ed. All right, today it is July 19th of the year 2020. 45 years ago on this date, July 19th, 1975, my family and myself, we went to go see this guy called Elvis Presley. We went to see him at an arena in Nassau County. It's called Nassau Coliseum, or Nassau Veteran Memorials Coliseum. So there were two shows this day. There was an afternoon show at 2:30, and there was an evening show at 8 p.m. My recollection, I was only at the afternoon show, and I have no documentation of me being at the evening show. However, I do have documentation of me being at the afternoon show. Now, the significance of this particular concert for me is this was the third time that I went to see Elvis in concert with my parents, but this was the very first time that I got to see him and sit front row, center, stage. And because of that, I was very fortunate to be able to be lifted up by my father, be seen by Elvis. He signaled for us to come through the security guards. Basically, my father lifted me up to Elvis. Elvis bent down and proceeded to put a red scarf around my neck and then kissed me on my left cheek. And enjoyed the rest of the show. So, those of you who do watch my channel, you will know that I unfortunately no longer have that scarf. Long story short, back in 1999, 2000, I was big on eBay, buying, mostly selling things, and I noticed that there were really no Elvis scarves up there. So as kind of a, not really a joke, but just as a test, what I did was I put my red Elvis scarf up with all the documentation that I had, the story of how I got it, just curious to see what it would sell for. And I put a reserve of a price that I thought that would never be reached. And the unfortunate reality was, within a few hours of me posting this scarf, the reserve was met. So I had the option of either taking it down or letting it run its course and selling it. And basically I let it run its course and it sold. And, I was kind of bummed about it. But again, long story short, I know where the scarf is now. The person who now owns it has been in touch with me. We have been in touch. And so it's good. At least I know it's in a good home. But as you can see behind me, there are plenty of other scarves that my mother obtained throughout the years. And the red scarf that you see directly behind me was also from July 19th, 1975 on this day. And the white scarf in this shadow box that's right across, that was also from July 19th, 1975. Those are the only scarves that we have left. We had two other red ones. One that was given to my mom in the afternoon, one that was given to my mom at night. They have both been sold, and the people who now own those scarves are extremely happy. The one red one that we have left in the back, that one is not my mom's. That one was actually given to my brother at the afternoon show at Nassau Coliseum, because my brother and I both got a red scarf. He didn't get a kiss though. I did. Brother's 4 years older than me, so I think Elvis looked at him and was like, "Yeah, no, I ain't kissing him." But I was a cute little cherub, little 6-year-old kid, so I kind of had the long, well, not long, but I kind of had like shaggy hair. So maybe Elvis was confused and thought I was a little girl at the time. I have no idea. But here, this will give you an idea, because this was actually the shirt that I wore the day of the show. So again, I mean, it wasn't like my hair was really long and I looked like a little girl, but I guess that was typical 70s little boy hair back in the day. I had my I Love Elvis shirt on. And so basically what happened was, during the concert, when Elvis started playing Love Me, which was usually when he would start giving out his scarves, my father immediately just scooped me up. And, 'cause he was pretty much kind of right in front of us. So the thing that I remember, though, is that there were so many security guards in the front of the stage. There was a wall of security guards. And then we were about maybe, 5 feet. Our seats were about 5 feet from the stage. You had the security guards there, and of course Elvis on stage. So basically, Yeah, my freaking dryer going off. But so my father held me up. I had my I Love Elvis shirt on. I just remember just sitting there looking at him, giving him like a thumbs up, and you know, probably this stupid big ass smile on my face. So I remember Elvis looking at us and pointing to us and going like this, and the security guards in front of us, you know, broke away and let my father through with me, and my father held me up, and like I said, so Elvis basically, hopefully you can see this. Let's see if I can get it in the light. So here you have this stupid light. Maybe that's better. All right, so here's the back of my head. That's the scarf. You can see Elvis's hand, his ring right there. Of course, this is my back. And so essentially, yeah, Elvis had just put the scarf around my neck, gave me a kiss on the cheek right there. And then my father took me down, and I just remember being like, that was really, really freaking cool. I'm trying to get it, so, all right. There you go. Hopefully you see that better now. All right, look, it's not a great picture. You know, I mean, can you totally tell it's me? No, you can't. You can't see my face. But the fact that my mother even got this picture is, you know, to me, it's amazing. So, you know, again, just to show. So this is the picture of me wearing it. This was actually taken in January, but the concert was not until July. All right, so that's me. That's me. And that's right, I am the only man you will ever meet who can say, with honesty, they were kissed by Elvis Presley. It's a true story. All right, but just so you know here, just, you know, you could see the same outfit that he's wearing here, where you can actually see his face. All right. I don't think that's me. I don't think that's my head. I could be wrong. Who knows? So maybe that could be me before I got mine. I just don't know. I could not tell you. All right, but bang. So there you go. All right, so that's that. So I figured, along with everything else and just reminiscing a little bit about what this day is, I figured I would show some things regarding this day. And one is that there is a bootleg of the concert where I did get my scarf, and it's a album or CD called America's Own, okay? And King in Concert. And the thing that's great about this album is apparently our fan club must have provided the pictures or some material for the album, because they do give thanks to the King's Court. Let me see if I can find it. This album is for fan club distribution only, not for resale to the general public. Hear the King formally on RCA Records and Tapes, 1980, all rights reserved. Duplication is against law. This album is dedicated to the eternal memory of Elvis Presley. Okay, no, I think it's on the inside. No, I lied. All right, but here you get an idea. Some pictures, newspaper article. I don't know. I thought there was some mention or shout out to the King's Court on here. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess I am. Oh wait, nope, I'm not. It says Geneva Records wishes to acknowledge and thank the King's Court and Elvis World for the use of photographs found in and on this album. So it does say it there. Hopefully you can see it. No, you can't, because this lighting is either really good or it's really annoying. All right, this video is going a little bit longer than I anticipated, so let's move on with it. All right, unfortunately these albums are shot, so I do not listen to these. However, bing, got this, can listen to this. Now it is an audience recording. It's not one of the greatest audience recordings, but I can tell you it's certainly not one of the worst. So this is a concert that I really enjoy listening to, not only because I was there, but it is a good sounding show. All right, but it was also released on it with a different cover on a silver CD. And this one, they have like a little caricature of Elvis in it. So again, this is the matinee show. And then we have America's Own Volume 2, which was the evening show. All right. And it's a similar looking CD, has the same caricature of Elvis on it, but it just, you know, it says Volume 2. And it was pressed on a silver CD, not a CDR. All right, so we have those. Then I've shown this in previous videos. These are the photos from these concerts. I'm really not gonna get too much into it now, but yeah, you'll get an idea of some of the shots. So again, these are all from July 19th, 1975. And one of my favorite pictures that we do have, other than of course the one of me getting my kiss and scarf from Elvis, is, where is it? Wait, it's coming. Figures. All right, so it happens to be this one, and this is a picture of my grandmother getting her kiss and her scarf. I don't know if you can see it. It's in her hand. It was a teal color scarf, and yeah, I love that picture. So it was really happy to get that. All right, and then the next thing I have dealing with Nassau Coliseum would be this book. This was a book that was released by Bud Glass Productions, Elvis Born to Rock. I believe this came out in like 2011 or so. Not exactly sure. Let's see if I can find a date for you. No, I am way off. 2004 this came out. All right, but this is a really nice book where it has lots and lots of photos from the July 19th, 1975 shows at Nassau Coliseum from both the afternoon and the evening performances. Some nice little anecdotes, stories, the stage dialogue from Elvis, because that's one of the things about the bootleg that's really difficult. As great as he sounds and as clear as you can hear him when he's singing, when he's talking, it's well, for me anyway, it's really difficult to make out what he's actually saying. So what I remember, all right, about this day, of course, was sitting front row and having Elvis pretty much right in front of me for the whole show. I remember after getting my scarf, I was sitting close to my Aunt Rita, that's my father's sister, and she also got a red scarf. And I just remember her and I just, you know, through the show, just looking at each other with these big, stupid smiles on our face, you know, that we were really happy, you know, just to be there, to be able to interact with him, to be so close. I don't recall trying to ask him to sing any songs. I think if I remember correctly, I just sat there pretty much just staring, you know, and then clapping and, you know, whatever after a song was done. I do remember hearing a lot of my favorites at the time. I remember when he played The Wonder of You. I remember when he played Burning Love, as, you know, I really loved those songs back then and still do. And just remember having a really good time. I think by this point, because I had seen him the first time 4 days previously, no, was it 4? No, 3 days, on the July 16th, 1975, which I played a tape of me trying to get Elvis's attention. And the song I was trying to get him to sing was Fairy Tale. And I think by this night I dropped that. I don't think I even tried to ask him to play anything, so we left that alone. But as I went through the tape from the 16th, if you watch my previous video, I had said that you hear me a lot through it, and unfortunately you do. It's really annoying, but regardless, I'm going to see what we can do with that tape. But again, so today, 45 years ago on this date, I went to see Elvis. I sat front row with my family. My father lifted me up. I was able to get a nice scarf from Elvis. I got a kiss on the cheek from Elvis. That's right, people. I was kissed by Elvis. Deal with it. I don't know what to tell you, man. It happened. All right. Something tells me, though, like, you know, if I was my age and the same thing happened in 1975, I can guarantee you I would not have gotten that scarf and I would not have gotten that kiss. And I could probably guarantee you, I don't think I would have been, where did I put it? I don't think I would have been a 51-year-old man wearing this shirt either, though. So I think that would have been a safe bet. Different time, different place. Would have been a totally different scenario, all right? But 6-year-old, little cherub, cute me. I guess Elvis just couldn't resist. He saw me, he chuckled, called us up. My father lifted me up, bent over, gave me a kiss, gave me the scarf. And that was it. That was it. It was awesome. and I will take that memory with me till the day I die. Oh, and another interesting fact on that day, July 19th, 1975, I remember we were waiting at the concession stand, and Jackie Kahane, who was the comedian who performed before Elvis went on, was was basically there and talking to my parents. I had no idea who he was, but he asked me what I wanted, and I told him I wanted a box of Cracker Jacks, and he bought me a box of Cracker Jacks. So Jackie Kahane, that was awesome. Thank you very much. I remember that. And we had a good show, and the concert was phenomenal. I remember having a really good time. And then, it's over, and talk with everybody, and get in the car, and go home. So we lived about a half hour from the venue. So basically, from what I remember, I got dropped off, and then I think I went with my grandparents, and then my parents went again. And I think my brother went that night also. I don't know, wait, did he go the night? I really don't remember. Guys, it's all a blur. It's all a blur, unfortunately. Like I said, I was 6 and 7 when I mostly saw Elvis, so unfortunately the memories are not as solid as I would like them to be, but it is what it is. All right. This was just a rambling video. I don't know, again, just to reminisce about this day 45 years ago. I appreciate you all watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them. And, yeah, again, that's pretty much it. So, as always, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and stay safe. Take care, everybody.